This segment is sponsored by Michigan Auto Law. Michigan drivers are facing unprecedented liability risk. That is thanks to the recent changes to our no-fault auto insurance law that took effect back in July. Attorney Brandon Hewitt is here to explain. And Brandon, this is increased liability for an accident where we are at fault. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. And actually, you can have two kinds of coverages, but the basic gist of an umbrella policy is to kick in after your original policy has been exhausted. So it can protect you from liability damages. You can also buy coverage that's going to protect you for your own medical expenses, possibly as well. So it's just a good kind of extra coverage, we call it.
And it is extra coverage necessitated by this change that happened back in July.
Yeah, so I have a few friends that are insurance agents. They told me that they have sold more of these umbrella policies in the last 2 months since the insurance changed, the law changed, that they have sold in the last 5 years combined.
Wow.
Because basically what this new law has done is given people exposure for other people's medical expenses, which you've never had in Michigan before. So now it's more important than ever to carry high liability limits on your coverage. And this extra coverage, the umbrella coverage, comes in to do that at a much cheaper rate than what your normal policy is going to do.
Because if I don't have an umbrella coverage, what happens to me if I do cause an accident, someone gets hurt, and they come after me?
Yeah, so very simply, so let's say that now you have an option of choosing, let's say $250,000 in liability coverage. But what used to be the case is that the person who was injured in the crash due to your mistake, they had $1 million in medical expenses. Well, in the old Michigan law, their $1 million in medical expenses was covered under their own unlimited no-fault coverage. That is now gone, or it could be gone, depending on what coverage people choose. So for instance, if somebody decided to carry $250,000 in medical expenses to save money on their own premiums, you cause $1 million worth of economic loss to them, they get to come back after your policy for that additional $750,000 that they don't have. And if you don't have the coverage, they can come after your assets. And your assets can include your home, your cars, your retirement plans, college saving plans, basically any kind of money, including future earnings. And so if you don't carry the high enough coverage, you're going to be in trouble.
Well, I'm going to ask you what your recommendation is as far as amount in a moment. But first of all, let's talk cost. Is it going to cost me an arm and a leg to get this umbrella coverage?
No, that's the beauty of this coverage. So you have your basic premium that you're paying for your auto policy. You can get $1 million worth of umbrella coverage for usually less than $100 a year. It comes in about $100 segments, maybe a little touch more, but you can carry $2 million for probably around $200 a year, which is, for the potential protection it's going to provide you. That is a great umbrella for a very rainy day.
And so is $1 million what you're recommending?
Yeah, we think that $1 million at a minimum is a good number to start at. Obviously, if you are a high net worth individual, you want to consider more. If you have a vacation home, if you have any fun toys like boats, any assets that you want to protect, essentially, we recommend more. And again, you can get this up to some insurance companies are going to sell this at as much as $10 million. So, and again, it's just cheap coverage for what the protection could ultimately be.
All right. Good advice. For more information on umbrella policies or to contact Brandon, we've put the link to his website, Michigan Auto Law, on ours, 13onyourside.com. Thanks.
All right. Thanks, Catherine.